Hello everypony, my name is Quill.
And I'm Thea Saurus.
And welcome back to another episode of My Little Pony InDepth, where we take a closer look at the lore and possible inspirations for the characters we love.
Hey, looks like we're getting into more Greek mythology.
That's okay with me, and it's one of my favorite subjects when I was a little colt.
Oh, mine too. But I always kind of found the sirens in it a little annoying. They were kind of a one-trick pony, so to speak.
Not really, but if you believe that, surely your mind will be changed by the end of this video. If every pony hasn't figured it out yet, we'll talk about the Sirens from Equestria Girls, Rainbow Rocks.
Adagio Dazzle, Aria Blaze, and Sonata Dusk. Let's take a look at the lore from My Little Pony first. First, the Dazzlings, as they're called in Rainbow Rocks, are sirens from Equestria, who long ago used their music to cause disharmony. Eventually, they were banished to the human world by Starsworld the Bearded for their actions. In the IDW comic My Little Pony, Fiendship is Magic Volume 3, the Dazzlings entered a musical competition in Canterlot, from which they're ejected due to a negative public reception. Later, they return after modernizing their singing and captivate the ponies of Canterlot, thus gaining the attention of Starsworld. Through a series of musical battles, the Sirens and Starsworld created multiple new instruments and genres. After all the battles end, with Starsworld's defeat, he banishes them to the human realm through the Crystal Mirror.
Wait, so if this all happened during the time of Starsworld the Bearded, then that would mean the Dazzlings are over 1,000 years old.
Yeah, they look really good for their age, don't they?
Look at this, Thea.
Why am I looking at the image of a harpy?
It isn't a harpy. It's actually a siren from Greek mythology.
Really? I'm pretty sure that's a harpy.
The two are closely related. Sirens were said to be creatures from Greek mythology which enticed sailors to their destruction with their irresistible singing voices, much like the Dazzlings. They were hybrid creatures with the body of a bard and the head of a woman, sometimes even with human arms.
There are more similarities between the Dazzlings and the Sirens in mythology. The Sirens, in their overconfidence of their gifts, once challenged the Muses to a musical competition, but without success. There's also another story that says their origin is as companions of Persephone. They failed to prevent her kidnapping by Hades and were transformed into sirens as punishment.
Yeah, that is true, but the most famous appearance is in Homer's Odyssey. The hero Odysseus, on his long journey home following the Trojan War, successfully escapes their enchanting call.
The islands where the sirens lived had meadows which was said to have been layered with the rotting corpses of their hapless victims. Homer mentions only 2 sirens, while later, writers often describe 3, which is yet another similarity with the Dazzlings.
One interesting thing about sirens in Greek mythology is that they were only associated with water by the fact that they rule sailors, but were not considered sea deities.
It is actually Roman mythology that the sirens are more closely related to water and the sea. You know, you talked about Odysseus a lot this episode, Crimson. I understand he's kind of the primary example of all the sirens, but isn't there another hero the sirens try to capture?
Oh, you must mean Jason and his Argonauts. Why don't you tell them about this one?
Okay. Well, they passed the sirens on their way to find the Golden Fleece. Jason, confident in the musical abilities of his talented crew member Orpheus, didn't bother with wax as Odysseus did with his crew, but instead drowned out the siren's call with Orpheus's excellent lyre playing. Also, according to legend, the sirens were fated to die if a mortal ever resisted their beckon. So it's not clear if Odysseus or Orpheus was the one responsible for the ultimate demise of the sirens.
Now, if you made it this far into the video, we would like to thank you, and if you like this series, let us know by leaving a like or a comment below. And if you watched my previous MLPID episodes, you know what we're about to talk about are
In Greek art, the sirens are represented with the body of a bird and a woman's head, often holding a lyre and seen in a musical context. They also are found in scenes depicting Dionysus, the god of wine. They were a common decorative feature of bronze cauldrons and became a staple part of pottery scenes depicting Odysseus' journey home. One famous example is the circa 450 BC red figure vase from Italy, which now resides in the British Museum. In archaic art, they're often seen as fearsome and can have talons, but they evolved into beautiful and serene creatures by the classical period.
That's it for this video. Once again, we would like to thank every pony who stayed to the end. And if you liked it and want to see more, why not look at my last video and subscribe to get more later. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.